All right. Tax season's coming up. Do you ever wonder what in the world do I need to have? Do I need to give my tax preparer, regardless of if they're a CPA, an EA, or just a tax preparer? Like, what do I need to bring them? Or if you're doing your own taxes, like this will help you. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about tax tips on staying organized for tax season. Again, I'm Kristen Gunderson with Gunderson CFO and Bookkeeping, just so you know who I am. So the very first thing that you should be aware of is go ahead and get a manila envelope just like this and write up here taxes, and the current year is 2024 because we're in 2024, right? Have one of these for every year. And so what do you need this year? If you are donating things, if you are donating to charities, go ahead and put that receipt in here. If you, or if there's an email, I mean, you can go ahead and print it out or go ahead and save, create a folder on your desktop or something that you can put those receipts into if you're having charity donations to charity. If you are donating something to say Goodwill or something similar to that, they will normally have a document that you can fill out. You have to put, how many bags of clothes you had, what's the estimated value. The estimated value is very important. We as tax preparers cannot put an amount in there if you don't have one. So if you just have, oh, I donated a box of toys and old TV and 4 bags of clothes with no dollar amount, we can't do anything with it. So it's very, very important that you go ahead and estimate out the value of what you think it would be. I kind of use like, if I were to sell this at a garage sale, how much would it be worth, right? So go ahead and put those receipts in here. Did you buy or sell a house this year? That is another document that we will need. Those first like 2 pages of the buyer seller agreement, how much is the house sold for? We will need that. I also need the old one. Like say you sold a house in 2024, say February, but you bought it like 5, 10 years ago. I really do need the one from 5 or 10 years ago because I need to know how much you bought it for. So I need both of those. Okay, so if you have like rental properties, and this is as simple as keeping an Excel spreadsheet of how much rent you got each month. January, $1,000 rent, February, $1,000 rent, March, vacant, and then all the expenses. So I need the income and then all the expenses. So again, you can keep, have another folder for all of your rental expenses and income in a folder, or go ahead and just put it on an Excel spreadsheet. And so if you have like repairs and maintenance to the house, like I kind of need to see those receipts. Not necessarily, but if it's a big ticket item, like if you had to replace the roof or a fence or something that cost a lot of money, that's something that we can't take in the current year. We can only depreciate it. So say you had to replace the roof and it cost 15 grand. Well, we're going to have to depreciate that over 15 years. So we'll like big ticket items like new AC unit, new washer and dryer, that type of stuff. The receipts would be good to look at, or at least have when you purchased it and the date and from who on the Excel document, along with, if you pay utilities or a yard man, the taxes, insurance, like all that gets a separate line item. So that would be good to know. And also, if you sell a rental property or buy a new rental property, we need this categorized by rental property. So if you have 3 different rental properties, I need 3 different Excel spreadsheets, one for each one. We keep the income and expenses for rental A and then for rental B and rental C, just for say you have a business and you have your books being done on a P&L and a balance sheet. Say you're using QuickBooks, that's wonderful. Let's say you also have like a personal vehicle that you use to run errands for the business. We would need to know the information on the vehicle, so we can, if it's in the company name, that's one thing, or if you're just using it personally, we need to know how many miles total you did the whole year and how many miles are just business. So you need to have some sort of record of what how many miles you're doing. You can keep a calendar and just write down the numbers, like, ran errands 5 miles today, went to see a client ABC over in XYZ. It was, I don't know, 50 miles round trip. So just be keeping track of that so that we can add up how much total business miles you had. And then the IRS really likes to see proof of how many miles total you have. So I always tell my clients to go ahead on, say, January 31st, January 1st or December 31st, go ahead and take a picture of your odometer or go and get your oil changed. And if you're going to the same place to go your oil changed every year, like, it's pretty easy. If you ever needed those records due to an audit, we can just go to them. Otherwise, taking a picture of the odometer would be really helpful. And then say you don't have a business, you don't have a rental, you haven't bought or sold a house, like you're just a regular individual who needs to get their tax returns done. What do I recommend? Again, have this manila folder. Again, donations go in here. And then in January, starting in January, probably the second week of January, you will start getting envelopes. Everyone knows what an envelope looks like. But if it says important tax document on it, it'll literally say it across the front. That means it's something important and it needs to go in this manila folder. It could be your W-2s, it could be 1099s, it could be like if you're on the marketplace for insurance, we'll have a 1095A. You could be getting interest or dividends, something from your investments. Say you're with like Edward Jones, like you'll have another form from them. If your kid is in school, they will have a tuition form. So as they come in, go ahead and put them in this folder. You don't even need to open them if you don't want to, but make sure they get in this folder. And then for us personally, you can go ahead and drop this off with us, or if you want to open it and scan them each and then upload them to our portal, you can do that. Sometimes we're getting more in the digital age, so sometimes things will not come in paper form anymore. This is very if you have kids in school, a lot of times they need to go to whatever school's website and log in, and there'll be the tax documents. There'll be a section where it says tax documents. The same thing, like if you like have like an Edward Jones or an investment account, sometimes you need to go and download the tax documents. Like, I don't know why they're not mailing them like they used to, but even if they do mail them and say you lose it, you can always go log in at the website and there will be a section for tax documents and you can download it again. All right, I think that is everything that I can think of off the top of my head to be able to help you be prepared for tax season, because a lot of times when we are looking through people's stuff, we'll be like, oh, well, you had this 1099 INT from last year. Does it still exist this year? And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm still banking with that company. But they're like, I think I lost it. Or, if you just, this is the simplest way to keep you organized. And we do double check to see if you had a document from the prior year to this year, we will go ahead and let you know if we think that we're missing something. That is us. If you're doing your own taxes, I'm not sure if like TurboTax or whatever does that for you, but we do. All right, I think that is your Tax Tip Tuesday. And I thank you and have a great day. Don't be afraid to reach out to us if you'd like a discovery call and need to talk about anything. Thank you. Bye-bye.